Okay, welcome back to another Auxiliary Ideas. So I've been setting up this new modular system with the idea of using it in a live set and exploring some ideas with the drum bus, specifically running the drum bus, breaking into the mid and the sides and processing the mids differently to the sides. I've taken some inspiration from a Plankton Electronics video where they do something very similar, similar. Using some of their modules. I've got some of those modules. So they're not sponsoring this, but unfortunately at the present moment they've stopped their manufacturing, which is sad. I hope they come back because they're really nice modules. So I thought we'd look at that. It's quite unusual in that we've got kind of two different patterns for playing the drum part at the same time playing the kick drum. So let's get started. So the drums are coming into the sidecar, the wrong electronic sidecar, and then they are being split via the LR, MS, MS, LR, the wrong electronics mid-side decoder. And then essentially the center channel, the mid, is going to the Newtone tubes in series, so just the center. And then from the Newtone, it's going into the Spice VCF. Also from Plankton Electronics. So there's quite a lot of Plankton Electronics in this one, including the DassBrum, which is a collaboration. Okay, so this is a low pass over the whole system, which I showed you in a previous video. I'll show you also the cross mod from the Spice and how it adds from the Spice VCF and how it adds a lot of, sort of squelch and character and life to the sound at the cutoff frequency. Okay, now so I've turned off the cross mod and the bandpass signal is not being fed back into the cutoff frequency, and so it's essentially acting as a very smooth filter that is still being affected by the envelope follower. Now I'll bring in the cross mod again, and you'll hear that it gets a real kind of fuzziness or squelch, kind of life to it. Okay, so this is the signal path. We've got the model samples, Elektron Model samples coming in for my various field recording drums and drum machines. And over here we've got a second drum source, which is the DassBrum from Plankton Electronics and Wintermute. That is being fed by a clock divider on a kind of divided by 5, and the accent is divided on 7, which creates this kind of polymetric thing by itself, and then that laid over the top of the model samples creates for more mayhem. So that's going into my drum bus, where I split it into the mids and the sides. The mids are being fed into the new tone tubes in series this time, so one's feeding into 2. That's then going into the Spice VCF. So again, more Plankton Electronics. The envelope follower, which is listening to the drum bus. See, that's running across the envelope follower. So the envelope follower is listening to the drum bus as well, and that is then changing the shape of the tubes and also the VCF. Both the cutoff and the resonance, and if I remember correctly, also a bit of volts per octave. Yes, so that is the general signal path. Okay, so I hope that was interesting. I find it interesting, personally. I think it adds a lot to the drum bus. It adds a lot of crunch and texture and life. And the mid-side processing is interesting. It's always a nice way to divide a signal like that. In a live context, the sides might not be that relevant if the PA is in mono, there's a chance that could happen. But when it's in stereo, even in mono, it's okay, because what's happening with the mid is very interesting with the mid channel. I think what I might do is actually add a mutes to the signal path, so that I can select when the kick. We've got 2 crazy kick drums, or different, kick patterns versus one more sensible one. So it's not always so, patterns not always so weird, basically. Yeah, so I'll let you know how that develops slowly. Hope you're all well. I'm exhausted. Babies are unpredictable. If you have any questions or comments, do not hesitate to get in touch. Until next time, ciao.